2, 1. Check, check.
Do I have to wear the headphones fully?
You don't need to if you don't want to, but it's pretty fun if you ask me. I like hearing our voices in the headphones.
Let me do it. Hello.
Welcome, Benjamin.
This is good. I don't like both of them, but...
No. That's funny.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
This way?
I don't know. I feel like even like in-ear monitors for like a show, I like to hear like actually what is coming out.
Yeah.
It's kind of trippy to have just it be in my head for me for some reason.
Definitely during a show, yeah. I'll have it out.
This is crazy.
Isn't it? I know. You hit record and suddenly it's like, whoa, what the fuck is happening?
Now it's go time.
Level it just a little bit. Is it this way? Like that. Is that better? Yeah, that's nice. Okay, well, I'm joined here by a very, 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 very special friend of mine, the Benjamin Katz, Benny Bellson, Ben Animal.
It feels like all of a sudden it's not just the two of us.
Yeah,
now that we have
trippy.
the microphones. But I was on FaceTime earlier doing this editing with Nevis, and we were doing the music video editing, and the audio wasn't working very well. She was saying I was cutting out. So then I plugged in the microphone to the computer.
Yeah.
And then instantly when I have a microphone, I feel like I start talking like how I would talk on I don't know, some reason when I talk on stage, I have a voice that I talk in, and it's almost like an announcer voice that I feel like it's like locks me into like, thank you for coming out. Hello. Good to see you, everybody.
Yeah, I get in a mode where I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to make my sentences as concise as I can.
Yeah, and it helped me, though. It helped me on the phone of describing working through this video in a weird way, because I started picking it up. I picked it up, and I honestly feel the most comfortable when I'm on a microphone.
Yeah.
I feel the least anxious, and maybe it's like a thing of just like amplifying your voice and feeling like you...
Well,
listen
I
to
noticed
me.
you do this and you hold it here and you talk into it. A lot of people kind of back it up and like it'll drift away. I'm like, I'm also one who's like, anyway, let me. Yeah,
it feels strong. It feels like it gives you like a confidence or like a strength. Because it amplifies what you say, but it makes things easier to say, I think.
That's another reason why I like doing this whole interview thing, because in the beginning there's like what do you call it, like red light syndrome?
Yeah, with the camera.
Yeah, but then you're an hour and a half in, which is usually as long as it ends up going, and everything loosens up, and the microphone speaking everything. I don't know, just feels like growth. But we're at the beginning. We're in the rocky stages right now. So I'm gonna from editing.
This is your job here.
Yeah, I know. So from editing the other interviews, I've found it helpful to introduce the person and different things that they've done, and then sort of ask questions, because everyone I'm interviewing is usually doesn't have a giant fan base, except Carrington kind of did. So it's like, but for you, I guess I'm gonna go down the line of things you've achieved. So, Ben, where are you from?
I'm from Chico, California.
How long have you been playing the drums?
Probably since 7 years old. I'm 24 now. That's, 7 plus 7, that's 14. Plus another 7, that's 21, 22, 23, 24. I don't know what. I'm not very good at math.
7 again. Why wouldn't you just like 24 minus 7? 17.
I don't know.
17 years? That's a long time. That was really funny though.
Wait, why? Plus 7. And then
nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that could stay in there.
17 years.
I'm not very good at math.
But when it came to academics and sports, they weren't your thing?
Nope.
Would you play a lot of drums in your garage? I already know.
Yes. And even with the drums, I still wasn't very good at working at it, I guess. which I don't know. I've learned work ethic, but I have to be really passionate about something to really but then I work really hard at it and focus like crazy. It's like a hyper focus, and I could get crazy shit done. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, just learning how to do that has been always hard for me, because it's like I did love the drums, but I just wanted to like play them, and my teacher would always have me learn these rudiments and books and stuff. And when I feel like it's like instantly I know why I'm doing it, or I'm maybe doing it for a result or for a thing to get better at a specific part of it, it's like then I understand and can do it. But if it's like get better at the rudiments because of the overall, then I'm like, I don't see why I need to do it now.
But if it's like you want to rip this song,
but I can't do this one thing, then I'm like, okay, I need to get my left hand faster, and then that makes sense to me. But yeah, it's like, the academics, I never saw the reason to get good at math or all that stuff. And I would try, but I just doesn't, it's like my brain just like, it's like something's wrong.
You have there's a little spirit living in you that has a deep mission statement to follow passion, and when someone hands it a equation that the solving of it does not go to that mission statement, but
it does go to the mission statement of just the world, of having to know stuff so that I can figure out things. Like, and you have to do that shit because it's in everything. Math,
but you have
everything.
been. I mean, now you're out here and
I did that equation of how to get to how long I've played the drums. We figured that out.
I mean, and then I okay, wait. So I made a note of passion in there because I do want to tie it to like what you're doing now. But to finish it off, so yeah, drums for almost 17 years. More consistently though in your high school years, right?
Yeah, I was playing a lot in high school, and like, you know, like end of elementary school, junior high, high school. That was like the only thing I had. It's all I had. And
then you were producing some funny songs with some friends, right? And then some serious songs. Didn't you produce something like a rival school diss track or something? Well,
so it was like, I didn't get the computer until freshman year of high school. I remember I was at a pizza place, and I had just gotten like GarageBand on my phone freshman year of high school. I was with my buddy Mason, and we were in the band together and played the drums, like the school band together, and played like the snare drum in the marching band. And so we were out there and we're like, oh, let's like make a beat on the thing. And we made this beat, and then it was like, oh shit, this is kind of fun. Mm-hmm. This is like it opened a new like lane of like creativity that I found. It was like drums was the only kind of thing that I felt like that was mine. No one else had that. Mm-hmm. And my friends there all played football, soccer, all that stuff at recess in elementary school. And then junior high, it was like I tried wrestling, but it was like, like this is my thing, the drums. Mm-hmm. There was no one else that was like doing that. I don't know. I don't think that's not why I did it, but I was
might
good
have
at
been
it.
Partially. Sometimes I think
Maybe.
that the thing that leads to you finding your niche is almost sort of this divine thing. If someone was going to be the music kid, you know, and if you weren't excelling at those things and you did excel at drumming and you liked it, and that led to everything else in a way.
Yeah, maybe it was a lot of things. Maybe it was my parents owning an Italian restaurant and me eating 2 lunches every day, because I would eat lunch at school and then I would go get a better lunch right after school and wait for them. And then I would just be eating pastrami sandwiches and pasta. It's a full carb restaurant. So, yeah. And then I was like doing that and loving that food, and then going and then playing soccer. I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I wasn't built for that.
Your environment it built you for drums.
I was built for sitting down and playing an instrument where I can sit.
Nice. So, and then you got into producing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. That was the freshman year thing. And then, that opened up the whole new, like, oh, maybe I get Logic, or I thought Logic because I started watching production stuff of like, I just started listening to J. Cole, and I saw J. Cole had, it was like the only video I could find of like any like rap producer, which is what I was liking at the time. It was Logic. And then I found out that he was like the only one that was using Logic. I was like, oh shit, like everyone else uses this other thing. Maybe I fucked up. I questioned it, but it's like, well, stuck with it. And then now I love Logic.
near end of high school, you were considering college, you were considering your options in life, and you chose music. How did that go?
Yeah, well, freshman year of high school, I was in the marching band. I was doing the drums. Freshman year of high school, I went and toured Berklee College of Music. I wanted to go there since the freshman year of high school. It was always like, before I played the drums, it was I wanted to be an actor. But then I didn't know how to do that in Chico. But then, then it was like music school. I want to go to music school.
And so you tried out for Berklee School of Music?
Yeah, but I didn't senior year. I kind of forgot about it by that time. I was like not really thinking about that. And I just didn't get to applying in time. I'm not very good at deadline stuff. So I kind of just, it wasn't on my mind really. Okay. Everyone's talking about the college stuff. Like, what are you going to do for college? I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't know. I had like a conversation with one of my history teachers. And I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do this. And then he told me, Mr. Emmons, he told me, he's a good guy, told me that he thinks I should just do something where I'm talking to people because he thinks I'm good at that.
I just typed people person.
That's what he said. He said, because I would do presentations in class. I would fall asleep in his class all the time and I'd be late, but he still liked me. I was like, I don't know. I did a presentation one time and I pretended to fall asleep during it. But I think that he thought I was serious because I'm always falling asleep. But I did it to buy us extra time so that we would get the time mark of how long the presentation had to be. And it did buy us the extra time. And then, because no one really noticed and the timer was going. So then it created a distraction. But he said, yeah, like you're good at talking and like you should do something that involves that. And you're going to be fine. He's like, you don't need to go to college, but you knew that you were also very creative. I mean, that story alone, it shows creativity, and the songs you were making for the rival team and No, yeah. It was all creative stuff, and I made songs like for school stuff as well. And I wasn't really making my own songs. I was trying to do rap beats. That's what I started doing. I was trying to do rap beats and like work with anyone at my high school that was like rapping or making music, or a couple kids older than me. They were putting stuff out on SoundCloud. Ben and Max, and they were doing good stuff that I thought was really sick. And I was like, I didn't have any idea how to do that myself. I just thought I thought I could do the beats. Yeah. And that's what I could do.
Yeah. And being a drummer and having the dream to drum is a backseat sort of job. Yeah. Still performing, but then being a producer, especially after watching videos like J. Cole and stuff, it's still, you can be a really renowned producer.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the college thing, I applied to Chico State and the other one, and I didn't get into LA. I don't know. I didn't have bad grades, but for some reason I just didn't get in there. My SAT score was so low.
Really?
Yeah, I got like a 900.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I had like the lowest score, and I did the PSAT, and then I did the SAT. That really took. I really took that actually to heart. I was like, I'm stupid.
Oh man,
I'm not a very smart person.
Hey, but again, it's like one of those things that had to happen.
Mm-hmm. Like it pushed me away from that.
Like all the carbs that
now
kept you out of
now
sports.
I'm making hella money.
And now we live in a mansion.
Now
I'm really excited. I'm trying to transition slowly to, and now we're the poorest people living in the Hollywood Hills. Like you and I. That's us.
I wonder if there's anyone else poorer.
Troy and Shaw, maybe.
Other than the people that we live with.
Dude, no. I don't.
With our very supportive father, Jack.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Very supportive. Couldn't do anything without him.
Yeah, and his family. God.
They're the best people I've ever met.
I know. Okay, so yeah, getting drumming, producing, being really creative, people person, not super academic. You end up going to Chico for the music industry major, yes?
Yes. I didn't get anything from that.
And then what?
Except
you didn't
my
get
friend
anything?
Adam.
There we go. Yeah.
That's all I got from Chico State.
That's pretty much.
I got into that school is the only thing I could do and get into, and then we met at the orientation.
Yep, and that is how Ben and I met.
It was like, dang, no one else here seems approachable except that guy over there. He seems like me.
But the music program was weird, and we both left it.
Yeah.
And
so
then
the first day, yep,
Yep. You went to Oregon, right, for a bit,
Yeah.
and you did work with West Ghost.
West Ghost.
I could put a little screenshot, little West Ghost accomplishment for Ben there. A lot of producing
That
practice.
shit's sick. We were just listening to it the other day. It's like everything. It's like the same thing with the excitement and stuff. When I'm excited, I do good stuff, product, and then my excitement starts to like. It just says my excitement's just led me in different directions, and it's even led me now away from my own music.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
It's like.
it's funny because the West Coast stuff does sound close to the heart, you know. And even the stuff you and I started producing
Exactly.
when COVID happened, and then Ben was quarantining, and I was also quarantining, and him and I rekindled. Well, not rekindled. Him and I reconnected.
Kind of kindled.
We kindled for the first
started
time.
for the first time. Yeah, talking.
Yep.
It was like. Yeah, because it was like the orientation was cool, and we got along, and then we're like, all right, well, I don't really like this. No, I don't like this either.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
And then following the trail of excitement, when we started hanging out on Zoom again.
If you didn't post that video of you playing guitar, I feel like.
Well, you weren't posting drum videos on Instagram too.
And I was like, I don't know why I was posting those videos. I was just like, this is what I got.
Yep.
Other people are doing it, and.
Same. I didn't know why I was doing that.
And I was posting videos to the song to Versace.
Yeah.
And now a guy we know is his drummer.
Yeah.
And I was trying to be like his drummer at one point because I was like, I like that guy's music. Like, I feel like he's reachable. I could be his drummer. He was like responding to my videos.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy because he wasn't super big of an artist. He was pretty big though. But like now seeing where we've gotten now, it's like I've put out music and I've responded to someone who's posted my music.
Yeah.
And it's not that crazy to respond to people. But when he responded to me, I was like, yo,
dude,
it was a huge thing for me.
It's a big.
No one knew who he was really that I knew. But to me, it was like, dude, this guy posted the shit.
When you sent me Cosmo's Instagram and we're like, we should produce some stuff for this guy, I was super hyped. It's crazy the way things have. Now that we are the poorest boys in the Hollywood Hills. But like so many people are one or two connections away.
Yeah.
Troy hung out with Justin Bieber.
Yeah, we're one away from Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
And now that doesn't even seem that crazy.
No, that's
being in LA.
Right? But to keep with the storyline, you and I started producing together. We were both just really excited about that, so we went full, obsessive.
I honestly felt like at the beginning when you had first sent me music, I was like, damn, he's too good for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you'd send me the songs you made, and I was like, fuck, am I making these better? Like, I'm trying, and I feel like I can provide something, but then I'm like, I feel like maybe they're just. I'm like, maybe he's just. I shouldn't.
That is what is funny to me is that you and I are so integral to each other's paths this so far, but like as far as making music together, we are very different.
I know.
It's so
crazy.
funny.
I was like, God, I love this stuff. It's so sick. It's like the best thing I've ever heard from anyone that I've like met in like in Chico. Because I mean, no. Okay, I'll backtrack. There was really sick music of people I know in Chico, but there's not that many.
Yeah.
And there wasn't that many people around me that were making cool songs that sounded like songs I could listen to. Like,
well, that meant a lot because
except Ben and Max,
me encountering
and a couple. I don't want. There's other people, but like,
you
they
don't
know
want to
who they
leave.
are.
Yeah,
I don't want to leave anyone out.
Mm-hmm.
Jakin.
His name's Jakin.
JA'Chin.
Okay.
He's sick.
Well,
nice guy.
Yeah, it was really interesting for me to have you come into my life with you were rolling on this ball of like excitement and drums and producing and being goofy and letting academics slip, which I sort of wasn't allowed to do, which I appreciate. I think I gained some stuff from that, but I did need you to come and be like super certain. You're just like, yeah, let's make stuff. You should. This is good. We need to.
Yeah,
because really,
because I did hear your shit, and I was like, yes.
Yeah, you were excited.
This is awesome.
You were just excited, and I was like, oh, really? Thanks. And then I had a partner, and then the rest is history.
That shit was sick.
Anyway, join us next time. And then the rest is history.
And that shit was sick.
No, but yeah. So then I I guess talk about how you came to LA and then swung me here as well.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, and that's one of the things that I kept my word on so much.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with that, and I'm happy that it because I feel like you keep your word on something like, hey, I'm gonna go there, and as soon as I get an opportunity to bring you, like I'm gonna get you down there, and it's like rare that you get the opportunity to bring the person, and then the person also is down to go.
I couldn't, dude. It literally, I wouldn't have been able to if it weren't for the COVID online classes and all that stuff.
It's crazy, dude.
It was like,
because it's like your friend that's back home, you'd be like, dude, I'm gonna bring you down there once, like if I get some shit happening, and then the time comes and they're like, shit, like life.
I know.
Life's
And again,
happening.
you know the way I was raised. Again with the academics and stuff. If school was in person, I would have been like, dude, I can't just. I would have been that person. I would have been like, I can't do it. But I was like,
That's crazy.
so lucky to have met you, and for just fate in some weird way to have made it like, oh, I can go.
Yeah.
I can come hang.
So yeah, it's like when I got to we were doing this stuff in COVID on the computer, and then it was like I did audition for Berkeley.
Yeah.
I did that right before COVID started. I remember I went to San Francisco from Oregon. I stayed in Oregon 3 months with Canon, and we did West Coast, and I just went to this practice rehearsal space that we had every single day. I had no friends. I was in a weird community college there. I had like his friends, but I didn't really feel like my friends, but they were great, you know, but I just didn't feel like I could like call them and hang out with them. So I was like literally isolated. I was just playing drums, practicing for this Berkeley audition, because I was like, what am I going to do? I'm practicing every day. I go down to San Francisco, do the audition. It felt like it went really good. And then it was like, COVID was like brewing, and it was like, what's going to happen? Is this the end of the world? Like all that shit.
Yeah.
And then, it was like, all right, we got to stop going to school now. And me and Cannon were like, let's go back to Chico and be with our families. And I was like in the cabin with my dad in the woods, me and him like washing all of our groceries. And my mom was like, I'm going to stay in Chico. So we're just in the cabin together, and we're just freaking like drinking whiskey and wine. And
It honestly sounds so awesome. That cabin looked so nice, and like, yeah, like hanging out with your dad and watching cool stuff
It
and
was
getting
a great
closer.
time.
And you and I making music together.
And then
online.
every once in a while play Xbox with all my friends and get that app house chat or
Oh
whatever.
my
What is
God,
it?
House Party.
House Party.
Whoa.
That app was awesome. But yeah, during that, you know, my friends were all living together, so they were quarantining together. So there's like, I was like over here doing this shit with you, and all of them were just hanging and having fun. And then, no, wait a sec. I think this shit already happened. No. Aaron had already, the summer before, started posting on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was at Chico State, and yes, he had already been doing that shit. And so he was already like freaking on TikTok.
Yeah, which was so funny because I remember you brought me to his dorm room, and you're like, these are my friends. I was like, oh, what's up, guys? How's it going? And then I saw him, and you guys saw me with my girlfriend at the like farmer's market. And after you walked away, my girlfriend's roommate was like, that's Aaron Hole. And I was like, yeah. And
that was
like,
that was
he's
weird.
like famous.
That
He's
was
like the famous kid.
That was the first time
what?
of like experiencing that thing. It was honestly such a great learning experience of like a friend starts getting attention for something, and how are you going to react to that? And you kind of like don't want to be like ask anything of them, but then you feel like everything you do they might perceive in this way because they're experiencing this new thing as well at the same time. So it's like,
which is,
and you're like, we should make this funny video together, but not because you're having the thing going on, but just because like I genuinely feel inspired to do that. And maybe this thing that you have going on and this platform that is showed up is giving me excitement and a reason to like make this video with you.
Yeah.
Because it's like you somewhere to put it now.
Starting to navigate opportunistic tendencies or
with passion and excitement, because
really interesting.
Because you're inspired.
And you see Aaron getting hounded by so many people now, being so, and it's really it's trippy.
Like, I don't want to be that guy because I don't just want something from you. But it's like, but this thing would be funny. What if you did this? Because it's like, obviously you have ideas because they're getting people watching their stuff. So then it's giving you like, oh, what if he did this? That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
It's like when Twisted in Love starts having big videos. I'm like, dude, it would be funny if we're out there interviewing people and stuff.
It gives everyone ideas. But then it's like, we're so close now. There's like, I know that you're not trying to get anything. It's just like it's like
hopping in and being like, oh, you know what would be fun about this?
And that's like great, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, I think we're at a really good place with everything right now because of everything that's happened. Because I felt that feeling with Aaron when stuff was going well. It's like, felt kind of, I don't want to like, but yeah, so it's like, he had gotten big before on TikTok making comedy videos. They were actually so funny. I don't know how I don't know how he was going. He was doing them like every single day. He was making.
I think that's what happens when you get
attention
reaffirmed. Yeah, when a lot of people are giving you love,
you're
funny, like, I believe in myself.
I'm sick.
Yeah, no. When you just believe in yourself, you're on a roll.
You can go.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's why I think a partnership is really good in making music with someone else, because then you go back and forth of like, that's sick. You just need each other to to
get in a
excited.
Vacuum, and you can do it with yourself too. It's just harder. You can be alone and just be hyped on yourself, but it's when you do pick up your phone or start comparing in other ways, it's just like you feel small. But you can be big all by yourself, get really excited.
I just imagine like an edit of you and you're in your room on your computer and you're like, yes, that's awesome. And then a version of you pops up behind you and you turn around to him and he's right there and he goes, that's awesome, Adam. And you high five.
I take my glasses, I take them off. Wow, I love that. I put them on. You're the best.
Yeah, but so
no, it's really hard to do that. You're right though.
It's hard to do it on your own.
Yeah, doing stuff with other people is fire.
But that's why you gotta. I'm a dog.
Yes,
you gotta hype yourself up. Figure out a way that you can get up on your own. Where were we?
The Aaron started getting popular.
We had something else prior.
You were working on your stuff and getting hyped on your own shit or with a person. I think that continuing with how you came to LA.
My dog bark and I actually did that the other day. I was nervous to do something, and I've been talking about how that's where Ben Animal came from. It's because some days I feel like a chihuahua, and I feel really scared, and like I can't make eye contact with like people. It feels like
right now
it feels really hard to make eye contact.
Right now I'm Adam Chihuahua.
Really?
Yeah, I'm tired, and I the past few days I had made stuff I was really hyped on, and then today I'm like kind of.
But you just put out a sick ass song though.
Thanks, but dude, it does get hard when it doesn't. When I'm like, how do I believe in that song too. I love that some people have reached out and been saying that they love it, but I do get bummed sometimes thinking, man, I could have taken a different approach to doing music and, kind of had a bigger engagement with it. But then again, I'm like, I probably would have
putting shit out.
I know. And I probably would have never made that song had I not been doing exactly what I'm doing.
And you just started putting shit out and you already have 11,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I think that these are all, I tell myself that these are all seeds that I'm planting, and I'm not looking for them to be sprouted immediately. I
think it's always better I think it always happens in the right way. Because if it happens too quickly, right after you you kind of started taking it seriously, like putting out music more so consistently, then it's like, you need to feel that a little bit and feel that stuff of like the ups and downs.
I know what I believe. I know that I trust the process, I guess, but there are days, mostly when I'm just tired. And what I probably should do is just turn off my phone for like a full 24 hours and just have a book and water. And
that's hard to do.
Yeah, it is hard to do. I bet it would work though.
I bet it would. I go on a drive back from Chico 8 hours, and then I get back every single time. I've noticed every single time I go drive to Chico or drive back, and as soon as I get back, I'm like, woo! I'm gonna clean the house, and and then I make like, this song is sick. Oh my god, I hear so much shit on this song. Let me add this shit. I'm gonna play this bass line on this thing.
I've been thinking,
and I do really good shit.
Yeah. No, I think it's really important to get there, and there is an ebb and flow. I do sometimes get worried, but
yeah, and so do I.
Yeah, but
and even this past week when everything is going the best it's ever went for me on paper, I couldn't even see or feel like it. I felt really bad this whole week. I was sick as well.
Yeah.
I was sick, and that kind of always, you don't realize it, and I forget every single time, but when you're sick, it's like you are the Chihuahua. You can't be the pit bull.
Health is number one. And also
health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
Ooh, that sounded good. But
the animal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to bring out the animal. I mean, obviously, when you're sick, you can't. But I'm trying to figure out how to bring out the animal inside me whenever I need him, because I look at my grandma and my dad, and just like my mom, and they all have that thing. They run a business. Yeah. They run a restaurant, and they've run a successful restaurant for years, and many, many years. And they have had to manage employees, people. They have to work with people all day, every day. People that have problems, people that don't, people that are great, people that, I don't know. It's like everything. There's so much shit. They all have to have that pit bull.
Yeah.
But, there's different ways you can do it. But, yeah, you have to you can't choose every second that, it's like you can't do everything only when you feel good. Sometimes when you're in that Chihuahua mode, you still have to do something that's, like, difficult. But, yeah, you got to figure out how to bring it out. So
sometimes to me, I think it's the reminder that even when you're in higher places on the external scoreboard of life, you're still dealing with fucked up shit. Like Aaron getting popular and stuff, it comes with its own weight, and you having recent viral videos, that comes with its own weight that you suddenly have to deal with, and it never is solved. So yeah, finding some sort of internal anchor of, I just do what I'm excited about, and no matter how it reflects in the world, I am unmoved.
It's strong.
Yeah.
I feel good right now. I feel like strong, and it's really, when you take the reins of your life, and you have to, but sometimes you don't know exactly what you want. Sometimes it takes a second to realize you have to open up the what's going on, and then kind of figure it out and see clearly the picture to then feel like you can do that.
What would help you when you're Ben Chihuahua and not Ben Animal, from like friends and stuff, to get back to Ben Animal?
I don't even know. Shaking me.
Really?
Grabbing me and shaking me. And
it wouldn't be like words of affirmation?
Yeah, but like
shake you and tell you you're the best.
Yeah, just remind me that it's all in my head.
Yeah.
And that it's my choice. Because it's just something that's happening in my brain. Nothing's actually happening to me. That has helped before. It's like, I'm thinking about this thing that this person is thinking of me, but then it's like, you don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
So you're just causing this stress and anxiety for no reason. Wait till they have action towards you, and then you can feel like this, and then you can figure out what it is and solve it. But yeah, I don't think it's mostly all in your head, and that's hard
in the moment
to click out of that.
So being in maybe the shaking is what brings you back to the moment.
Yeah, or the barking. Yeah. I was nervous, and my heart was beating the other day, and I just barked. And I just started. It was in my room by myself. This is my shop.
I want to get, for people who do not know you, I want to get to the point of you came to LA.
So let's say that. So yeah,
music,
Aaron,
and
I was doing the thing of trying to get into Berkeley. Got in during COVID, and I was like, I don't think this is right. I don't think I'm going to go. I don't really know what else I'm going to do, but Aaron was talking about moving to LA because of the social media stuff.
Yeah.
And I was kind of scared of that too, but he pulled me. He pulled me, and he found the place for us to stay. He was the the
catalyst,
pushing everything along, making everything happen. Yeah, he was like, Ben, you want to go to LA, right? Like, I don't know where it started up in conversation, but he knew I wanted to do music. So he didn't want to go alone. And I didn't want to go alone. I'd thought about going to LA, but I was like, yeah, let's do that. I don't know how I'm going to do that or why that makes sense or why I would not go to Berkeley, but Berkeley is really expensive and it was online. So I said, I don't think I should go online. It's COVID right now. So then, yeah, Aaron kind of pushed me to do the thing, go to LA. And he found this guy, Troy, on the internet. They had met and hung out, and they've only met once. They met once, and then he put us in a group chat, and I put Troy on my phone as Troy. That was like right when I was like, he seems like Troy. That's going to be 2 times. Yeah, I just came down here. I thought I was going to produce for people and play the drums, try to find someone to play the drums for. I thought it was a great thing. So all of a sudden, first day I'm here, they're doing the social media stuff, and Troy's friends with everybody. So it's like, we're going to Addison's house today.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, cool. I don't really know who anyone is because I'm not really on TikTok, but I know I've heard that name before. I know everyone knows her. Yeah. So we go to Addison Ray's house.
Dude, and meanwhile, I'm back in Chico still with my girlfriend, and she's like, have you heard of, Aaron Hole, big on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. She's like, did you know that this one girl, Charlie D'Amelio, has already gotten more followers on TikTok than PewDiePie has on YouTube? Because back then PewDiePie insane. Was like a benchmark, remember?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't care. Wait, what? I was like, I don't give a shit. Wait, what do you mean?
We're just with like everyone. Mad. We're with Charlie. We're with Addison. We're with Dixie. Because Troy's just friends with them. Troy's been friends with everyone since day one. There's like a video of them there. They all had crushes on Troy. All these people I met. And I thought, someone I was going to meet in LA while I was here was going to do something for me. Or I was going to work with someone. And then it did happen with Aiden.
Yeah.
347 Aiden. But yeah, met Aiden through Aaron and Troy, basically.
Well, but back up, because first you were trying to find people to produce for,
yes.
like how you were in high school.
Oh,
and then
this is tough, yeah, because it's like, yeah, what's that?
What the fuck is that? No space on the memory card. Oh my god! All right, fuck it. We're doing the rest with black.
Let's
silence.
Put a monkey.
Yeah, I'll put a picture of us. This happened with Drew too.
I was thinking that this was gonna be better because I was like, I would like to listen to this on Spotify. You should start putting these out on Spotify too.
God damn it!
Dude, I mean, like,
you're probably right.
Like, it doesn't have to be on your Spotify. Do a separate thing one. That's like you create a name for your podcast / interview. It could be the podcast. Everyone wants to do a podcast, and you're doing it, and you're doing great ones. Everyone,
yeah, I guess I could.
I bet you can make money from that too if people start listening. It's like,
interesting,
but not do it for money, obviously. But like, since you're already doing it, upload that shit to Spotify too, or like,
it's a good point.
People like listening to stuff,
to shit.
Yeah, to just like, people could be cooking their eggs right now listening to this. But yeah, so it's like, doing this stuff in LA, I got here. Troy would come in my room when I'm making a beat or something, and he started like, there was talk. Aaron was like, "Yo, like Troy's talked about like making music. Like you guys should like make some music together." Aaron is always trying to help me out, like do shit with people. He'd always been thinking, of others and stuff, that sort. And we would stay up so late, just in that apartment. We were there in that. I was about to say, we was there in that apartment.
We was there.
I said something to Shaw earlier today. I said, yeah, I says that. I don't know why I'm saying this shit.
I looked at you.
Yeah, we was there in that apartment, and we were staying up so late. And just me and Troy started making songs as well. I sent you the stuff, and I was like, you would send me back stuff, and I was like, let's make some music with Troy.
Yeah, and I was hyped because I'm like, I want to make a song for Zarbra.
Yeah.
And then, voila, I'll be on the red carpet. It's just kind of how it felt.
That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. And Troy was really good too, just naturally. Like, it was not like just doing it for that at all. It was like, he had really great melodies and
so much fun,
such great ideas. And it was like, he had made stuff in high school and showed us that, and it's like, yeah, he just had that natural thing in him for music as well. That natural like sensibility.
He was
I
always
guess.
really good at it. He's like flipping and fucking
skating. Really good at skating, soccer.
Yeah.
He's just the nicest guy ever.
Yeah. God bless him.
No, literally. I was telling his parents that one time I was in Long Island without him when I was living in New York. I was at his parents' house with his friend Jimmy, and I was like talking to his parents. I was like, Troy's the nicest guy ever. Like, what? How'd
you do it?
How'd you do it? And they're like, we don't know. They're like, isn't he just the sweetest person ever? He'll never say anything bad about anyone. Anyways, love that. But yeah, so we started making stuff, and we started making stuff together. Me, you, and Troy. You would come down to visit, and what happened next?
Well, you started making your own music.
Oh, because you told me to. Because I told you it's hard to do this without having more people to produce for. Because you have a vision. You want to execute your vision. Everyone else has a different vision. So if you make it instrumental and you imagine it, oh, this would be so sick if like Dua Lipa was on it. And then you don't get Dua Lipa on it.
Yeah.
And you get someone else. I don't know. It's like maybe there's the right person, but I just wasn't finding. I mean, Troy and I were making great stuff. We had made great stuff. Me and Cannon had made great stuff. But my excitement for stuff was running out. I was like, I didn't know where to put it, or I wanted to make something that I wasn't finding in anyone that I'd created with yet.
It wouldn't have made sense for you to go sit back down in the garage and keep drumming, because then that wasn't exciting, right? In that moment, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, and it was like,
producing rap beats over and over again.
I can make a type of music with you. Mm-hmm. I can make a different type of music with Troy. I made different type of music with West Ghost.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted a mix of it all. I wanted something, and I liked making rap songs too with other people in high school. But I never thought, my dad had always said, you should sing, you should sing, you should sing. And I said, no.
Hey, Shaw.
I don't think I can. I said, I don't think I can. I don't sound good. But I would sing to Dominic Fike in the car sometimes in high school, and I was like, I feel like I could do this. Or like Revenge by X.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I don't sound that bad. But no one had told me you sound good. You need someone to push you in the direction.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like, we got here, LA, I met Cosmo and Oliver, and they made such sick music. Stacy Outrageous, Cosimo,
Yeah,
Cosimo. Remember those names. But they were so sick. They were again, like some more people that I had met that I was like, these are true artists. They're making stuff that it just sounds like them. It doesn't sound like anyone else. It sounds like their inspiration comes from a lot of different places.
Dude, yeah. I remember having everyone's bounces.
Yeah,
that
bounce
shit is an
Oliver's
export of a song.
Cosmo's shit.
But,
like,
yeah, having everybody's music felt like a different
God.
world. Felt like you were accessing, like, having yours and
you
mine
had such
and theirs
special
and Troy's.
Something
and,
that, like you play people, listen to this, my friend made this.
Yeah.
But then so much of that music had never came out.
Yeah, I know. So it's funny. It's like these were the drugs we were on, and no one will ever know.
No one had those drugs.
That,
I was running to Oliver's music all the time.
Same.
Fucking. And Cosmo's, like.
Yeah, I still go back to Cosmo's SoundCloud, and I still go back to Oliver's old files.
Exactly.
And his Spotify too.
It's like so lucky that showing up here, we met such. Like Vinny brought me to Cosmo's music video shoot.
Yeah.
Because he's like, this is my friend Cosmo. He makes really, really sick music. And
then you brought me to Vinny.
Yeah.
And then I moved in with Vinny.
Yeah, exactly.
And then brought you, and then I met Jack, and then now we live here.
And I knew Jack vaguely, but not
yeah.
until you knew him, and then I got to know him better. But yeah, it's like meeting those two guys was probably the biggest thing that kind of pushed me into thinking that Cosmo's living with us instantly when he met us. It's like that's been a constant, having people like live with us. Carrington lived with us on our couch. You basically lived with us too.
Yeah.
And Cosmo told me, anyone can sing. I didn't sing before, and now I do. Everyone has their own voice. You don't need to be a great singer like Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And so all this stuff that mixed with my dad saying it, and then mixed with just seeing Cosmo and Oliver's music and them exposing me to so much more music because they had great music taste. And in high school, I had good music taste, but I don't think people around me were as into music as they were and when they grew up. So that kind of opened me up to a new world of like music. So much shit, like Nirvana, The Smiths, Marcy Playground, freaking Daft Punk. Like, I didn't listen to that stuff when I was younger. I listened to Cage the Elephant, Arctic Monkeys, Mac DeMarco, and then everything my parents listened to, which is a lot of fucking classic shit.
Yeah.
But like Nirvana and like that's shit, the shit that the Smiths, like the stuff that I just mentioned, like I didn't really know much of that. Kind of like grunge a bit and like 90s music mixed with like they would throw in some like George Benson, which like my parents definitely listened to, but I didn't. Or like some like what is it? Portuguese music.
Yeah.
Cosmo would play like this crazy, and I'm just like Radiohead, like all that shit. That wasn't as much played by my parents. So that opened that whole new like kind of like moody, dark, like really cool sounding bands and stuff that I didn't really get from it. No one had exposed me to that when I was younger.
Yeah.
So then I got all of this new music, and it was like, oh my God, I need to do something with this now. So I don't know what to do. And I'm telling you this one night, you remember the night? It was like, we're sitting there in my room and I'm like, I don't know who to produce for and to do stuff with. Like, I'm getting stuck and I'm doing this stuff with Troy, and that's awesome. But it's like, I want more. There's a dish that I can't make with the people, with the cooks that I have worked with. It's like, it needs to be something else. And he said,
I'm limited. I like need someone else's kitchen.
I'm eating like Italian food and sushi, but I want to make like a burrito.
Yeah.
Because I've seen these other guys like make burritos or whatever. I don't know. And theirs are cool, and I want to do that now. And so then I just had been so inspired by them, and all that stuff led up to that moment of you telling me this, and you told me just why don't you just sing on something yourself? You're like, you know how to do all the production and already, and you know how to record vocals, and you always sing melodies to me, so like you can hit notes. And I was like, oh yeah, because I'm always trying to, when I'm working with someone else, I'm always trying to get them to sing an idea that I have. So I'm like, I can't write words.
And then Ben, do you hate me? And you just playing with me, and it makes me get these feelings all the time. I've been living in a ghost town with nobody around, and it's unsettling, like a picture of us, and get a rest for free. I think I'm starting to rust. Yeah.
That shit was
your
sick.
First song ever.
That shit was sick.
Your first song ever. Well,
I made a joke
not
song,
ever.
Flip Flops.
You had
Flip flops in the winter, I don't give a fuck. Never see tripping on some shit. That's enough.
That was a good melody too.
See, to me, like Blue, before Blue, I had a lot of other jokey songs, but that Blue was like my first song.
Yeah, that was my first song.
Days.
And then that guitar solo you hit in that song is crazy.
I know.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Something.
That shit was crazy. And I sent that shit to Oliver.
Yeah.
And I was like, and Cosmo, and I was like, God, I hope they like this, because I really like their music.
Yeah.
And then he just was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where
That's
the fuck
best
did you?
response
This is the
ever.
best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And that just was like all I needed to.
All
I
you
mean,
need,
I
bro.
liked it
All
too,
you
but
need.
hearing that from him, and I loved his stuff so much and thought he was so sick. And I'm like, I was so inspired
Meant
by
to
his
be,
music
so
and
meant to
Cosmos,
be.
and like both of them telling me like, dude, this is really sick. And I'm like, you guys like put me onto all this sick music, and like I wouldn't be able to do this without anyone. And then I'd learned so much stuff from doing stuff with you and learning that shit. And you play. The biggest part is I was like, well, I don't want to make a rap song. And you said, well, like, don't do that then. I was like, will you play some guitar? And then you're like, yeah. And I didn't play guitar at all or play anything really. I played bass. I started picking up the bass, And that's like, I was kind of naturally bass. I'd always been trying to pick up the bass. Around the world, boom, 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 boom. But anyways, yeah, since there's no visual, we got to do the audio stimulation.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I said, like, could you play guitar? Because I would want to make, like, more of an alternative kind of song. You played that guitar, and then it just left the room and left me to be, and I stayed up till 7 a.m. making that song. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I had something to talk about, too. At that time, I was feeling the worst I'd ever felt. Not yet, I don't think.
It was just so like, and then at the time I was feeling the worst
I'd ever felt.
Yeah, damn.
But it literally was. I was not feeling like I clicked with a lot of people at parties I was going to. Mm-hmm. I guess I was making friends, like Cosmo and Oliver. So maybe it was just girls, honestly. I didn't feel like I was clicking with any girls out. And it was making me think that I just don't know how to talk to girls. But then I would go somewhere else and I'd be like, wait, I do. It's not me. I think it's just the place I'm in. There's just everyone is the hottest person ever or the richest person ever. In the parties I'm going to, I am just not rich and not a model.
Yeah.
I'm not ugly, and I'm a good-looking guy. I've never felt like self-conscious about how I look, really, except for when my nose was kind of small in high school, but everyone likes my nose, and I've started to like it too. I've grown into it. Nice. But it used to be like a ski slope, and I hated it. Oh. It's not as much. It's gotten straighter as I've gotten older. But yeah, in my adult life, since 18, I haven't really felt super self-conscious. I felt pretty good and confident, and I could talk to people. But in LA, it's just different. I feel like even still, I feel it. It makes me feel.
There's a fucking arena out there.
It's hard for me to find girls that I like here, and I think that's it. It was all the cliche things people say. It's like very like plastic city. Like people are just like obsessed with themselves. But then they say if you find the right people, then it's good. Yeah. And I found the right people, and there are great people here.
Yeah. So the story is mirroring the prophecy.
Exactly, and everything everyone says is always correct, and anything that anyone is elder that tells you is most likely correct. You have to learn it for yourself if you don't get it when they say it, but most things are like that. But yeah, I was at the worst. I was not feeling good. I wasn't super happy being here. I was questioning a lot. And then, yeah, it's always something with a girl.
Which is so funny because for me, I was with you, but I was still eager. I was still like, these parties are new to me.
Yeah, everything was exciting and nerve-wracking a bit.
Yeah, and I'm
what
like,
could happen?
So maybe, honestly, probably helped that I was in that mindset a little bit, because when you're explaining everything to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking through rose-colored lenses. You should do this.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And then you told me, I feel like you always have a clear perspective on something. I remember the first moment that I realized you have a great brain is when I was extremely hungover one night one day, and I had thrown up a bunch, and I drank like some people were pouring wine in my mouth from the bottle, champagne. I pulled up to a place for the first time with a bottle of wine, and I drank the entire bottle of wine.
Oh my God.
And then I started going, they said, don't drink in the fridge. That's my dad's stuff. And I started taking beers out of the fridge. I was like, someone was like, you want to take a shot with me, Ben? Tequila? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I'm taking shots of tequila. I drank a whole bottle of wine. I'm drinking beers out of the fridge when I don't need to anymore, and I'm getting champagne poured in my mouth as well now. And then I threw up in the Tupperware before I went to sleep, I think. I don't remember what happened, but I had a conversation with a girl that I'd known for a long time, and I'd liked her for a long time. And then she had told me that she liked me, but 3 months prior, and that she thought I was going to kiss her.
Oh.
And then I was like, fuck, why are you telling me this now? Because what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell? You have a boyfriend now.
Oh.
Why are you telling me this? I've liked you for 5 years. Since the day I met you. And then I had told you about that the next day, and then you gave me such good advice. I don't remember what you said, but I remember it was something that I was like, you understand things so much more. You see the world and understand it more than anyone I've ever known. Like, this is the best advice I've ever gotten.
Really?
Yeah, no, actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and that was like honestly a moment where I realized that like
that we were friends.
It was like, this
so,
is my good friend. This is the only guy I've been talking to for the past like 3 months.
That's so special. Yeah, we were on FaceTime kind of professionally, working on stuff. We'd crack jokes and things. But yeah, we were just
but it was kind of professional.
Music. Yeah, just music. And
that's
then
what brought us together.
You saying like, oh, well, actually, no, that happened. Yeah, I guess when we started talking about that stuff, it was like, whoa, this is my pal. That's so crazy.
Yeah, and I was so, like just talking to you about it because I was like, you're the guy I was talking to, and then then we started just talking about life shit. I feel like that was the first time we started talking about life shit, and then you started telling me about your experiences and relating it to stuff that you've done, and that was a good moment.
God, I really wish I could go live it all again.
Yeah, right? And that's what they say.
That's what they fucking say.
That's another thing they say.
They say that you're gonna stress and you're gonna all that shit, and then you're gonna just wish you could do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another reason I really like doing these interviews, is because retelling of stories, looking at everything makes it...
It's gonna feel good after we finish this interview, and then I don't know if you're gonna come with us, but if you want to, we're gonna bring the 11-foot tall sign. I think Durs and Oliver are gonna show up, and we're gonna go down to the Roxy at that fake Mink concert, and once everyone comes out of the concert, we're gonna close that shit. we're gonna play for them.
I have to come to that because this is the thing, is I know that like even before this interview I said I feel like Adam Chihuahua. where it's like, fuck, I don't really want to do this, but I know when I have to. Like you were saying, sometimes you just have to.
It's like that one time you wrote that song when you're like, it's not gonna be here if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Like right now, it felt really right when you brought this up to me to do. I haven't thought about it. I haven't thought about it.
No.
I've seen you be doing the interviews, and you said like, got to do yours eventually, and now it's just the right time.
And you're saying, I'm going to go. If you want to come, we're going. I'm like, well, what else am I? When you get in this mode, the worry mode or the just small Chihuahua mode, you kind of feel like, no, I should stay here and work on stuff. It's like, no, I should go. I should go get my little, go shake the snow globe.
Yeah. It's very interesting because I feel like their questions are asked and then we talk about 5 million different things in between.
It's literally what happens every time I talk to somebody, and it's so funny. I call it an interview, and it slowly just becomes.
It's a podcast. It's like a podcast, and a podcast is great, and I think people love listening to them because I just had the thought process in my mind. I was like, we haven't finished talking about a point. We keep going on tangents, but I think that's what makes podcasts so enjoyable, because people love a million different things at once. Yeah, because you can't lose your attention.
Human,
because it's so much. Yeah, you're just listening to so many thoughts.
You're connecting to the person a little more deeply. Like you're genuinely hearing the person in life talk about. Just that can't be replicated from posts and even songs.
Interviews aren't as fun.
No,
I don't think
they're not. They're not. And truthfully,
all right, what do you think about this?
Exactly. And
and this.
It always starts that way, and. It's funny because everyone is more down if I ask them, can I interview you?
Yeah, right.
That sounds...
Rather than, do you want to do a podcast with me?
Exactly.
But once you do the interviews and people understand what it is, and it's like, you want to be on my podcast? Yeah. Then it's like, that's cool.
I know. But now it's got me thinking. I've edited the first few in certain ways that I'm now thinking, I should have asked.
Maybe I should
have led it different ways. I should have, it's forming now. It's becoming
Well, that's great though, because then it's just going to keep getting better.
It's another example of how you need to just do things sometimes
to learn.
To learn and to let the thing become itself.
Yeah, but
anyway.
Well, where were we? We were talking.
You started doing your own music.
I started doing that shit. And then I put I just got the best reaction I'd ever gotten from anything.
Yeah.
And it was so exciting to me because I had stuff to talk about all of a sudden. I didn't have much to talk about in Chico. I didn't think I could ever write lyrics. I didn't know what to write about. I didn't understand it. But then I started listening to all the music that Cosmo and Oliver were showing me. And I thought, I was listening to stuff and they were talking about lyrics and Cosmo was writing his songs and I was kind of just understanding it a bit more. And then it wasn't until I just did it for the first time that I realized you just kind of talk about shit and then talk about it in a poetic way, I guess. But
sometimes the words just
it's like they just showed up for that song, and then it was like that was the first time I'd actually no. In songs, the joke songs I made, I felt that feeling of the words just showing up. I'm like, oh, I don't know how I did that. And I couldn't do it again. Boarding. I don't know why that. Yeah, it's like Ouija boarding, but you have to seek it out, to find it, and then it shows up. But I did that shit and made that song, and then made a couple more songs just after that. Just like I think at the rest of your stay, I just kept. I was like, "Can you play another guitar?"
Yeah,
hey, Adam, come here. And I'd hand you the guitar. I'm just like. Dude, please play a guitar for me. It's so good.
It's so funny.
And it's like that chord progression that you wrote on that song that you just put out. Is like your guitar has the soul in it that when you play that chord progression, it makes me want to cry. And it's like all the chord progressions that you would play for those songs. It's like no one else could replace.
Thanks. I really appreciate that. I don't know. I don't know about that because I feel like it's just because we're friends or something.
No, because it's like Dream Store.
Oh, true. Thank you. That means you saying these things to me along my way has also been what has kept me
and that
kicking.
Shit's great. It's like,
thank you.
And I feel like it's interesting because I see those times, but then there's times in between where you make stuff that doesn't excite me too much. And if you show me it, I feel like if I don't show my crazy excitement, then I feel like bad.
This is part of the journey.
I feel bad, but then it's like you make something that I like the song you just put out, and I love that song so much. And then it's like you can really like. It doesn't matter who loves what is also what I'm remembering.
Yeah.
Like friends of yours don't have to love every single song.
Sometimes though, I'll show you something. And I know it didn't really come from, I wasn't Ouija boarding. You know what I mean? I know they came from I'm practicing, how do people make their bass sound? I'm doing more of an exercise and then I mimic something and then I think it sounds kind of cool, but it's more of, I think it's sonically interesting from like, but emotionally, it's not really
what
there.
Hits me
and
the
then
most.
you hit me with that. But it's funny because someone like Drew, I'll show him stuff and he is more motivated by shit that sounds sick and he's telling me he wants to hear me make pop songs for fun.
Everyone has a
bit.
different thing, My thing is just that raw. I want that Ouija board. I want that thing that came from a place that everyone's drawing from. I love that.
Yeah.
So you could hear it. And it's like when the words just write themselves. Oh, that shit's good. But yeah, it's like your chords on red even too. Just that guitar part on red. It just like has more in it than just the guitar, but it's just like, I don't even know. Just the way you write the chord progression. And I wonder.
Yeah. Usually, if I think to those songs
so
specifically,
recognizable.
I'm definitely strumming them and like rocking back and forth and feeling something.
Red, I Wonder, Dream Store, Wasteful Games, Red Wine.
Different Man even is the...
Yeah, that's the one that I'm... And that's the one that I'm just saying it's like... That feels like... Yeah, I'd say I Wonder, Red, and Dream Store are the biggest examples of that. I don't know if I'm forgetting anyone else, but those are of your chords that I think just stand out in that song too. So good.
Thanks.
But yeah, so it was so like...
Appreciate it.
So I was like, damn... I started doing those songs. You were playing those guitar, and I was like, I was learning how to do the bass a bit more. I would do that stuff and kind of figure it out. And then I was kind of like coming into my own artistry and figuring out what that was. And all of a sudden I had this vision. It felt like I was always trying to push my vision on other people. But then once I had it myself and singing, I was like, oh, I was just trying to, I think, make what was me. And this is me now. And now I'm just doing it with myself. And that's what was the missing thing. And once I started doing that, I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Started doing that shit, put that shit out. It was like, started doing better than anything I'd ever done. It was easy too, because it was just me promoting myself. I didn't really know the TikTok thing very well, but I got a good boost on it, with all my friends around having followers, and they put it out, and I had a good song. I showed my friends back in Chico. I was like, I'm going to be Benny Bellson. That's my name. And they're like, nah, I don't like that name. I'm like, okay, sounds really good though. But anyways, I'm going to do it. And I showed them the music. They were like, I remember I showed each one of them. I was like, I made this song. Like, this is a Wasteful Games. I said, I made this song. Can I share you in the car? And I would bring each of them individually out this one night. I brought them each out to show them Wasteful Games into the car, one at a time. And everyone's reaction was just like,
oh shit,
dude, this is the thing that is going to... I remember Cole's reaction, and Cole was like, Benji, this is the thing that's going to do it. This is your ticket. And I was
so
like,
sick.
I was like, I think so. And, now it's not, but it is still the thing. Even though I'm doing Twisted in Love now.
It's like it unlocked another part of the map in the whole game that you couldn't have.
Twisted in Love is me being an artist. It's just, me being an artist, I think, is what I realized. And just like doing my own thing. And it's the same thing that my teacher had said of, you just need to talk to people. And now it's
performer
like the same thing about having a microphone in front, and how I feel the most comfortable with a microphone.
And so now Twisted in Love is the focus beyond Benny Bellson.
Yeah, but then it was like so much in between, where it's like I met Aiden because of Aaron and Troy, and Aiden said he knew I made music, but I'd gotten more respect and everything now all of a sudden because I made cool music. It opened so many doors for me to the music industry and to all this stuff. And I had respect. I felt like I had respect. And met so many people through that. Met Aiden, and he said he needed a drummer to play on tour. It was on a tour with Oliver Tree. I had just played my first Benny Bellson show the night before, and I wake up that next morning, and I was talking to Finn about, I don't know how I'm going to make money. I don't want to like get a regular job right now, but like my parents were helping me from the college fund because they believed, in me to be here and to do this. And then I literally was taking a shit, and I got the call from Aiden. Swear to God, I was just like, I was like, do you guys need a guitarist? And then they were like, no. And then, and then I told Adam,
they might need a guitarist.
But they might, but they did tell me they might. They said, we don't know, this other guy might do it, blah, blah, blah. And then Aiden first said, are you good at the drums? And I was like, yeah, that's like what I was going to do with my life. So yeah. And then Adam comes down, and you want to tell it or what?
Well, yeah, I just basically had packed my shit. It was like, if there's a might, then I'm going to be there. And I thought maybe I'd meet Aiden at, Chase's birthday / Halloween party and whatever. And, we played your set there. And
yes.
It was a fun time. There was other
Speakers
stuff.
Cut out. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it did suck. No, but it was fun for me because I had the amp. I just got to like rip and play guitar in front of everyone. It was so fun. But yeah, I met Aiden. He was, just kind of distracted and doing his own thing. And I quickly realized, what am I going to do? Walk up to this kid who's in his prime and just go, hey, I'm Adam. I'm from Chico. I play guitar, and I'd like to be the guy that plays guitar for you on your tour above
and
the other guy.
Pick me because of I'm better than the other guy.
Look, I'm friends with Ben. I'm friends with this guy.
Hang. This makes more sense.
Yeah. I just was like, what am I going to do here? Like, be super thirsty. And so I met him and said, what's up? And then he went off in some Uber with some girls or whatever. And then just randomly later, Clark, his manager, calls and says, are you vaccinated? I said, yes. And he said, are you free during the months of July or whatever the months were? And I said, yep. He said, and you have a passport?
Vaccinated like a dog.
And I barked at him. And then I said, yeah. And he said, okay, well, you are the guitarist now. And it was just that.
like that.
And I remember posting on my Snapchat to my friends and everyone being like, I have a great battle like that has befallen me. Like, you know, and people had seen that it was just funny because I was thinking there was going to be some sort of guitar battle, and it literally was and I had posted like, oh, I lost the battle. You know, I was just like, I didn't get the thing.
Thought he lost
and
it.
Friends of mine were like, what are you talking about?
We were in the group chat with the other guy, and he was being sent all the stems and learning the songs.
Yeah, they were fully preparing for rehearsrsals with the other guitarists.
They were preparing.
And then I got that call, and then I was like, oh, I won the battle.
And he's like, oh, well, guess what? I'm already here.
Yeah.
Because I've been staying with Ben preemptively because
I knew
this was going to happen.
I knew this.
And then we went to Canada, and then Benny Bellson got kind of put on hold. I played my first solo show. Everything was going great. I was dropping music consistently. And then, we went on the road with Aiden, opening for Oliver Tree, who 2 years prior, I was looking at Oliver Tree's drummer on Instagram. Weirdly enough, literally Oliver Tree's drummer, who then I found out I watched as a kid as well, but I didn't put it together until we were on the road with him.
Yeah.
Amir, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You were a part of this thing that I was like a fan of. BYOS, Bring Your Own Sticks.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's.
Yeah, and he's a crazy
But he's
drummer.
the craziest like marching band drummer, like craziest drummer. Just fucking so sick, so tight. And I was wondering like how he had gotten that job for Oliver Tree, and then all of a sudden I'm on the road with them, and and we're on the road together with them, and so that kind of took a back seat, the Benny Bellson stuff, because I was in 347 world, and we go to Europe, we get free trip, or we get paid trip to Europe. And
we're the only ones who made money on that trip.
That shit was awesome.
Everyone else lost money.
We made money to go to Europe.
God, dude, I cried when I found out. I was so like,
that shit was awesome.
No way.
And then we went to fucking all over the U.S. as well. Played shows for 6,000 cap rooms, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then learned so much, and then produced songs with Aiden, and then all of a sudden I was off my path. And I was going too far into 347 world and the world of being a producer and not an artist, which I had already realized was my calling. I needed to be an artist. I played that first show, and I thought, the day after I played that first show of my own, I was like, I need to be behind the microphone and sing for people. I don't know if sing, but I need to stand in front of people and talk. And I had a personality that was different from my own, but the same. It was me. I just felt the most comfortable on stage ever. I didn't feel nervous at all. It was different from a school presentation. Sometimes those are nerve-wracking, but I would always love getting in front of people. And when you have to play music for people, you have a reason to get in front of them. And when it's stuff you really love, it's like so easy to just feel comfortable for me. And so I was like, I need to get out of here because I'm getting thrown off my path. So I left to New York and subletted, and that was wild and fun, and I got a job there working at a cafe, and I was just completely by myself. And then I started hanging out with people, meeting people. Me and Nevis, who we met at a studio with Aiden one time, super randomly. Me and Nevis made a song one night, and that's the song I just put out recently. That's gotten me from 30,000 monthly listeners to 260,000 monthly listeners in 1 week, and that's more than I've ever had in my life. So it's like, then I came back to LA. You had moved here.
Mm-hmm. I had, in the meantime, had been asked by Vinny to move here because in between producing with Aiden after the tours, I was going over to his warehouse and hanging out with him and Jet, and like he wanted to learn guitar and bass and stuff. And so I was helping him out with that. And we were doing all sorts of fun things. And right when they were planning to move, he was moving out of the Hype House, and Jack was looking for a place as well, and everyone was looking together.
I was trying to get back to LA, and luckily you let me stay in your room in that year that I almost had a deal that I signed with RCA to put out my music when I started getting back in my solo stuff, and I tried to seek out a deal, and then it came around, and it didn't feel like the right time.
Didn't feel right. That was you were deliberating hard on that deal.
That was very difficult, but now that Twisted in Love is happening, I'm glad that didn't happen, and because they would own Twisted in Love.
It's really interesting because along this whole story, it feels like every time you knew what the answer was, you knew for sure. You know, it was like, oh, I'm excited for that. I'm going to do that. But when it comes to the numbers and the business side of stuff, there's not much excitement. There's not much of the, oh, yes. There's a lot of these sort of half, like these weird
Stress,
feelings
anxiety,
and
all this
money,
stuff.
but this personality of this character or this like
what I'm
line
learning
in
from
this
my
contract that
grandma and parents is, I think you got to just, I think you have to separate
suck it
that
up
stuff
a little bit.
You have to separate that stuff and make a smart decision if it's going to be good for you. And at the time, though, the RCA deal wasn't, because it was locking me in for a very long time.
Yeah.
Possibly. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's like they would have owned everything I created, it said. You know, from any creation I did, they would, I mean, yeah.
That's a lot.
And there was like possibly 3 albums. Possibly. I don't know. I don't know if I'm, can I talk about that? Maybe.
I don't even know.
I don't even know either. I didn't sign anything. So that means
no?
I can,
Yeah,
right?
I think.
Yeah. But I didn't do it. And then I was like, fuck, what do I do? And then I'm back at my parents' house after moving back from New York, because New York kind of just pushed me away. It called me and then it pushed me away. And then you let me stay in your room when you're on the tour. Mm-hmm. And then me and
Tour
Jack.
opening for Youngblood, which now
Crazy as
Youngblood's
well.
like, yeah, it's so funny. I'm like a fan of him now, but after being on the road with him.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And it's like, me and Jack had known each other's faces, and, you know, we'd pass by. But then I remember that one time we just sat on the couch, no one else was in the house, and I was cooking, you know, or something, and I went on the couch and sat with him, and I'm like, I like Jack. Text Adam, hey, I like Jack. I don't know if you guys are going to move out, but like, I think, what if we moved in?
Yeah.
And then we were like, he was actually talking about that too. We were all talking about that, and it's just kind of natural. And then we lived together, and then I'm back in LA now, and then Benny Bellson wasn't feeling right. I was losing steam on it, uninterested. It's happened with so many things. It's like you do it until it feels like, it's not really feeling like it's calling much right now. So
Yeah.
then a year goes by, and I'm kind of getting acclimated back to LA again. And then me and Shaw start making stuff. And 2 weeks prior, me and Shaw had been writing together for that, like, since the Benny Bellson music, almost on every Benny Bellson song, you know, since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 years now. And then he's just in and out of my life every once in a while. And then we've always had that excitement. We just get excited together and have fun. And then all of a sudden, made a song together one night. And then it was like, oh, maybe we should. This is really exciting and fun. 2 weeks prior, me and Troy made a list of band names.
Yeah.
Just because we didn't like a band name. And we're like, let's make a better. Let's come up with some better names.
It's a list of better
what they
names.
could have done.
Yeah.
Prove them wrong. And then I'm like, oh, sure, I think this is January. Like, literally, it was right before New Year's. And I rolled into this New Year's sober. I didn't drink. And I knew I was going to have a good year. I felt it.
Hell
And,
yeah.
we're like, let's make an album because this just makes sense. And then all of a sudden, that's just felt more right than everything.
Do you remember what I did for New Year's?
I don't think you were here. You were in Colorado.
Oh, damn, time's fucking flying.
Yeah.
But a lot's happening.
But so much has happened in the time, though.
Yeah, a lot. So anyway, well, and so now Twisted in Love is the focus, and you guys are playing out on the streets.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Benny Bellson is bigger than it's ever been.
And meanwhile, Benny Bellson is bigger than it's ever been. But it's like me and Shar are both just like so obvious that over here is the thing to do. It's like so much fun. We both, I think, together have just such a creative flow that works. We'll both express what we want, and we'll speak up at the times. And then we always come to an outcome that we both are like, yeah, this feels good. If he pushes it in a direction or I push it in the direction and then I realize I was wrong and I should step back, and then it was right before when he did it, you know, or like it was right before when you first did that thing. Like there's times where we clash a bit, but it always resolves and we always hear each other out, even if it's difficult. And I think that communication we have is great. And the fun, I was talking to Brennan, my friend from home, the other day, and he said, he's like watching the video of us playing live. Dude, he's like, dude, it's really crazy that so rare that you have found someone who can match your energy.
Yeah.
Specifically you, he said, because you have such a energy on stage that is just you and you're doing your thing. To find someone else that also is doing their thing, that's so rare, and that's crazy that you found that.
It's also really exciting to me to have you guys doing that and Troy doing his thing and me doing mine and Carrington and still Oliver's back, kind of, it feels like, which is really exciting. Just newly. Tonight, even. Is it tonight that he releases his song?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure.
Me. I'm gonna listen to that. But
so much talent around and so much excitement right now, and you're releasing all this shit.
Yeah, it's like the drug thing. It's like there's a new
drug
air.
In town.
Yeah, and it's not bigger than us. It's so funny what you were saying at the very beginning about all of the going out and everything that sort of starts to quickly feel stale and wrong, and a lot of people remain in that world for a very long time. And I just think it's great that even if, you know, it's not this idea or the next idea, but it's some idea way down the way that gives us some sort of big recognition or finally makes us enough money that we, you know, can say that we did it. And
and there is a moment, I think, like that. Everyone says there's not a moment that you feel like you made it, but I think there is a moment that you could say like
I finally
I am living off of this.
Yeah. But basically the point I'm trying to make is that I think it's great that we're trying and letting the ideas become real and seeing them all the way through. The fact that you're doing the performances on the street, like you're really doing it.
That shit's real, and that shit's like, I think it's more interesting watching two people who have very high energy than one person. Mm-hmm. You know,
definitely.
And I think then Twisted in Love is going to be a bigger wave than anything.
Yeah,
I don't think I feel like I know,
and I believe it too. Which is why I'm getting this podcast here, so that I can.
I'm getting this shit in. This is about to be some passive income for me later on.
Oh God!
But it's like, I mean, I'd love to act later, and you know, I know we're gonna fucking write something at some point in our lives. When we're gonna be like in our 30s, 40s, or something. We're gonna be like, yo, like, what now? Maybe like you want to like write that thing we've been trying to write, or maybe we've been writing for a year.
Start our EDM group.
Yeah, exactly.
Start our
but maybe not even music is what I'm saying. Like, starting a shop or a coffee shop or like a restaurant, and that becomes a new world of creation.
Just waves. It's waves.
It's waves.
Trying not to get too emotionally affected by the still water that happens
in between.
Yeah,
that just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, God, it is brutal, but it is all it's the ocean. But there's a point. I need to eat.
I need to eat.
And
I need to pee.
What time are you going?
Yeah, we should probably go.
Okay.
It's 9:51. The concert started at 9.
Okay.
I don't know what time it ends, but
well, then in closing thoughts, I guess all the ideas that we're doing and all this story stuff is a life well lived and excitement well followed, and these waves are being ridden to their fullest, and I'm proud of you, and I love you.
I'm proud of you, and I
really
love you as well.
Appreciate everything I've needed. I've become because of you
and me as well. You've led me and taught me so much through life and social and everything. Your observation of life.
Thank you.
And lending that to me in times of need. Guiding me. Wisdom. Let me have more wisdom. What? Adam, get back in my room.
Give me more
I'm
wisdom.
going to bed, Ben. Give me one more piece of wisdom.
Dude, we were late to every rehearsal for
Give me
Aiden.
one more piece of wisdom.
John Madison was
John.
the music director, and alongside Mitch Schneider was the first music
Love
director for them.
Mitch.
But then John was the music director in Aiden's rehearsals, and he was there always on time. Very professional man, super legit, awesome guy. We were late every single time because we'd be up late, and, like, just fucking around.
Because
and
I'm saying we're up late and you're trying to go to bed, and I'm saying, Adam, get back in here. I need one more piece of wisdom.
Give me some wisdom. Yeah, it's just, I'm like,
What
oh my
is it,
God.
Ben?
Just so much
Just
goofing
one
around
more
at like
piece
3
of
a.m.,
wisdom.
4 a.m., and then driving with all our shit and being like, what are we doing? We are not.
God,
Yeah.
I don't want to go to this right now.
I know. Oh, it's so much fun, dude. The fact that we got to travel the world
That shit is so
together,
sick.
dude. Together, we did that.
That shit's sick.
Yeah. No, God, dude. What lucky.
What's next? I don't know. I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
While we're here on the record, I just want to state where we're at right now, just to see where it's gone. But in the future, next time we listen to this back, but Twisted in Love has 3 songs out right now. We just started releasing a couple weeks ago, and we have 62,000 monthly listeners. And our first song hit 100,000 streams. I don't know if it's from the streets or what, or TikTok. I don't know, or just
What's going on?
like this is the right direction to go. I just feel.
And you and I are the poorest boys in the Hollywood Hills.
Not for long.
Not for long.
I'm trying to party with the devil.
Okay. All right. I'm
Show
gonna
him
end
who's
it then.
daddy. Show him who's his daddy.
All right.
I'm trying to show the devil who's his daddy.
All right. Goodbye, man. Thank you.